Welcome to Fanatics Live, where we virtually connect you with your favorite stars and athletes right at home. Tonight, we will be meeting with fans, signing autographs, and engaging in live Q&A. Now, let's welcome our host.
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome into another episode of Fanatics Live. My name is Kelsey Winger, and I will be y'all's host today, helping to bring your favorite athletes and stars to you right at home. Now, make sure you leave in the comments, show some love wherever you're watching from for a chance to have it featured on the broadcast tonight. Now, before we get started, I do want to let you guys know that today's show is brought to you by the FanCash Rewards Card by Fanatics. As a FanCash Rewards card holder, you're going to receive benefits and perks, including access to unforgettable experiences with athletes like this one, earn 6% FanCash on every purchase, exclusive deals, offers, and much more. Now, today's guest is someone we are all familiar with. He's one of the greatest of all time. He had a brilliant 18-year career in the NFL. And if you have some time, go ahead and look up his career awards because it is a long list and we don't have time to read all of them out today. But most notably, he's a two-time Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, five-time NFL MVP, 14-time Pro Bowler, 7-time first-team All-Pro, and he holds NFL records for most passing touchdowns in a season, most passing yards in a season, and most passing touchdowns in a game. Now, I also know that he's fired up today because his Vols are about to hit the road to Omaha for the College World Series this weekend. So, of course, I'm talking about number 18. I'm talking about the sheriff. I'm talking about the mayor of Peytonville. I'm talking about Peyton Manning. Hey, Peyton.
Thank you, Kelsey. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thank you so much for your time. We know that you got a lot going on, man. So we have some fans who are anxious to ask you some questions. They have some great questions for you today. I would love to ask you a few questions first, if you're good with that.
Sure, absolutely.
Okay. So one thing I didn't mention in your intro is that you're going into the Hall of Fame this summer. And I know that that has to be the honor of a lifetime for you. So can you tell us about the call, the experience of finding out, and just really, now that you've had time to soak it in, what that means to you?
Well, thanks. I'm certainly very honored and humbled. Normally they do this knock on the door down at the Super Bowl, but due to COVID, they sort of canceled that tradition. So they actually kind of came out to each individual's hometown, and my wife Ashley kind of set it up where I was doing something at the Broncos stadium, kind of like a video PSA, and out from behind me walked my Tony Dungy, Philip Fulmer, David Cutcliffe, Jim Caldwell, Gary Kubiak, like 30 years of coaches right in front of me. Then they kind of turned to the Jumbotron, had a video message from my high school coach, from Jim Moore, who was my first coach with the Colts. Anyway, they were there to let me know that I'd been inducted into the Hall of Fame. So it was a really cool way to find out. In many ways, Kelsey, is a lot better than probably that knock on the door because you get a chance to kind of reminisce and go down memory lane with coaches that had a big impact on you. So it was a pretty cool way to find out.
Well, how special to even bring in your high school coach too.
Yes.
And I mentioned it earlier, but your accomplishments on the field are very well documented. But off the field, you've continued to put in time, you've put in effort and a ton of care into all of the different communities that you've been involved in. You founding the Payback Foundation with your wife, Ashley, and giving back in a number of ways through the Peyton Manning Children's Hospital and Pat Summitt Foundation. And that's literally just naming a few. You do so much. So can you tell us a little bit about those organizations and what they mean to you and your wife?
No, thanks for asking. Yeah, the Payback Foundation is kind of appropriately named, sort of paying back to the communities that have been a part of us. We help kids who don't have life easy in Louisiana, Indiana, Tennessee, Colorado, kind of the four places that have been a part of Ashley and ours lives. The Peyton Manning Children's Hospital is in Indianapolis. You talk about a great form of teamwork, doctors and nurses working together, trying to help kids get healthy, get home safe, make parents feel more at ease during an uneasy time. So raising money for that great cause is something I'm very motivated by. The Pat Summitt Foundation, Pat was a great friend of mine, legendary women's basketball coach at Tennessee, lost her battle way too early to Alzheimer's, kind of helping to keep her legacy alive of trying to beat this terrible disease.
You have impacted so many lives, whether it's through the way that you've played the game or through the communities that you've been able to reach. And there's one person who you specifically impacted who is going to help me queue up this next question. So let's go ahead and roll that video. You wore number 16 as an ode to Peyton Manning at Tennessee. So what other influences did he have on your game, or how you've even carried yourself throughout your career so far?
One of the coolest things that I think he did throughout his career is showed his personality outside of the game. And you've seen how it served him well when he stopped playing now. He always gave fans a chance to know who he was without his helmet on. So I've always appreciated that. I just love the way he played the game. I think he played it the right way. And the leadership and how he took charge was something I always loved to watch.
So kind of something that Trevor alluded to there, Peyton, was we see you through these different media appearances and shows like Peyton's Places, a number of commercials that you are phenomenal in. And the common denominator is that you were constantly making people laugh. So how did you hone that great sense of humor and your great timing for it?
Well, I think growing up with two brothers, Kelsey, you better learn to have thick skin. You better learn to laugh at yourself. Cooper and Eli and I always got along well. We like to laugh. And then I think just being in a college or NFL locker room for 22 years, same deal. A lot of funny teammates, a lot of personalities. You learn to, like I said, make fun of yourself, maybe not take yourself too seriously, love to dish it out, but yet learn to take it as well. So I would probably kind of point it to that, like Trevor alluded to, for a football player to take your helmet off and show that you can laugh at yourself and you like to laugh. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, and you've always done such a good job with that. And you have fans that are sitting on this call. They're waiting to jump in and ask you some questions. So we can go ahead and move to the meet and greet portion of this show. And we're going to start out with Dennis. Now, he's calling in from Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Lucky guy, huh? And he said that he loved watching you during your entire career. He said the competitiveness that you showed while also being a team player made you so much fun to watch. So let's go ahead and bring in Dennis for his question. I think we're having some technical difficulties with Dennis. So we're going to move to Ron. And Ron is calling in from Bowmanville, Ontario. And he said that his audible would be Doritos. So let's bring in Ron now.
Hey, Peyton. Glad to meet you, man. Thank you so much for doing this.
How you doing, Ron?
I'm doing great, man. Because of you, I'm a diehard Colts fan, and I just want to thank you for everything you did.
Hey, Ron, I appreciate it very much. Thanks, pal.
Yeah, that's awesome. So my question for you is, who is the best player that you ever played with?
Yeah, that's a tough one, Ron, because as you know, I played with so many great ones, especially there in Indianapolis, guys like Marvin Harrison, Reggie Wayne, Edgerrin James, who's going into the Hall of Fame this year. So really felt lucky to play with all those guys. And, when you start trying to rank them from top to bottom, to me, it kind of diminishes just the time we had together. So lucky to play with some great teammates, guys that love football, guys that love to work. I feel like we had a lot in common. All those guys really had a passion for the game. I think that's why we had such a special run there during our time with the Colts.
Oh, that's awesome, man. I just want to thank you again for doing this. You're the definition of goat, and sportsmanship. You're second to none. And we actually named both our dogs after you and Reggie. So we love you in our house.
Perfect. Well, thank you, Ron. I got something to autograph for you right here. So.
Oh, that's amazing, man. Can't wait to get it.
I'm excited to put it, Ron. You got that good display back there. It'll.
Yeah, I got my Peyton autograph already going.
All right, man.
Thank you so much, Ron.
Thank you so much, Peyton. You're my hero,
Thank you, Ron. Appreciate it, pal. Take care.
All right, now we're going to bring in Dennis. We got all of that figured out. So again, calling in from Florida, and he's loved watching you his entire career. So we'll bring in Dennis for his question.
Peyton, sorry about that.
Hey, Dennis, how you doing, pal?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good.
Hey, I know you're peeking over my shoulder, so I'm just going to lead in with, I'm a huge Patriots fan. And I've had great memories of how the team's rivalry with the Colts grew. And I was at all of the home matchups back in the 2000s. Some of those games were just iconic. What are your thoughts on that rivalry and how it all developed?
Yeah, it was a great rivalry. Obviously, great players on New England's team, led by Tom, and on offense, kind of Teddy Bruschi and Vrabel were kind of the leaders of that defense. Bill Belichick, you knew the team was always going to be well coached. So I thought the Patriots always did a great job of just taking away the things that you really like to do, and it just made it tough, made it more challenging. We always felt like that the Patriots were kind of a division team. Actually, they used to be in the old AFC East, as you remember. But even when we switched to the AFC South, we were playing them twice a year, and you wanted to win that first game because you hoped you could, host them in the playoffs. Otherwise, you're going to have to go to Foxborough. So there was so much emphasis on that regular season game, whether it was in Foxborough or in Indianapolis, and just a lot of respect for all those guys and those teams.
They were memorable. They were memorable games, and they go down in history. But I got to say, I am a Tom Brady fan, but you rate right up there as the GOAT. So, and congratulations on Hall of Fame this year. I'm not worthy to be speaking to you right now. So.
No, Dennis, I appreciate it. I appreciate it very much, and we got something for you here. So
awesome. That's going to go right up on the wall. That's absolutely.
I want it right in between those Patriots pictures. Okay?
That's where it's going to go too. Absolutely. I've got a bunch of different stuff in my office here. So
perfect.
So enjoy yourself. Enjoy your retirement, and I'm going to keep watching those Nationwide commercials. So.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Okay, Peyton, this is a fun one. This is Takahiro. He's calling in from Tokyo, Japan. And he said that his jersey number would be number 18 after you, but he also said the ace in baseball of the pitching staff wears number 18 as well in Japanese baseball. So we'll go ahead and bring in Takahiro.
Hi, Mr. Manning. Nice to meet you. I'm Takahiro. I live in Tokyo, Japan. Congratulations on Hall of Fame. I am so happy I can meet Hall of Famer now. Walking on air. Thank you so much. I am sorry I can't speak English. Sorry.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Takahiro. Nice to meet you. Great to hear we have great football fans and support in Japan, and really means a lot that you're such a fan of mine, and I really appreciate it. We got something to sign for you here. We got your name on it. I heard you came to the Giants game back in 2006, right? So
yes.
Thanks for coming to that.
May I ask you about your father, Mr. Ache? Your father and your brother are all great football players. What lesson did your father pass down to you and your brother? Was he strict? How did you and your brother spend time growing up?
Yeah, Eli and I, it was never a plan to play professional football. My dad played. We played lots of sports growing up, but as we got into high school, we started working very hard at it and got a chance to go play college football. And same thing, you get to college, you want to be the best player you can be, and lucky to have a chance to go play pro ball. So it was great having a sibling in the NFL for many years. Really proud of Eli, how he's handled himself. So
crystal clear. Thank you very much. Thank you a million, Mr. Manning. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Takahiro.
Okay,
Thank you. Okay, awesome. So now we'll bring in Mike. Mike's calling in from Valdosta, Georgia, and he says that he remembers his dad giving him a USA Today article about you in high school discussing your legacy, and he said he's been a fan ever since. So Mike, come on in.
Hey, how's it going, Peyton?
Hey, Mike, how you doing, pal?
Doing well. Hey, my question is I was lucky enough to play quarterback through college, so people always ask if you could go back, where would you go, college or high school? So I guess if you could go back in time, would you go back to college, high school, or the pros to live those memories?
Well, that's a good question, Mike. Great memories of all of them. I think if I had a chance to go back, I'd probably try to take a stop in all of them, right? High school football, nothing like it. Had a chance to play with my buddies that I grew up with. My brother Cooper was my wide receiver one year. We had a great time together. College, it was fun to come in with a bunch of players in our recruiting class and kind of kind of win a lot of games there at Tennessee. And then my time in Indianapolis, my time in Denver, I cherish both those times. So because of the teammates, because of the fans, the great support we had in Indianapolis and Denver. So, when you're playing, Mike, you don't look back very much, but after you stop playing, you certainly have a chance to look back and reflect, and certainly lots of great memories.
No, that's awesome. I appreciate it.
That was a really good question, Mike.
We got something for you here, Mike.
I appreciate it. Yeah, actually, my Masters flag behind me signed by you, so we'll add it to the collection.
I like it. There you go, pal.
Appreciate it, Peyton.
Got you covered. All right, buddy. Take care.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, now we're going to bring in another Mike. This Mike is calling in from Honolulu, Hawaii. Jeez. And he said that he appreciated your career from start to finish. And he said it's too impressive to choose one moment that made him a fan. Mike?
Aloha, Peyton. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Mike. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing good. Thanks for making the time to do this. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much. So I had a question. I've been obviously watching you like everyone else throughout your career, and you've won multiple Super Bowls. You're hosted Saturday Night Live. I really enjoy those. You're an insurance company spokesperson. So obviously you're more than just one of the greatest football players of all time. You're just an all-around talented dude. So what's next? What are we going to see you doing next?
Well, Mike, I'm kind of enjoying what I'm doing right now. Doing a lot of those same things that Kelsey had mentioned, still doing some things with ESPN with the kind of the quarterback breakdown detail and the Peyton's Places. I've enjoyed doing that. I enjoy protecting some free time, Mike, in this second chapter to do some things that I never had a chance to do while I was playing. Obviously being there for our kids, school functions and sporting events. I cherish those opportunities. So still love staying close to the game, still, get to the Broncos games, go back to University of Tennessee football games, get to Indianapolis Colts games. So football, shockingly, is still a part of our lives, but also enjoying doing some different things as well, pal.
Yeah, that's great. Obviously, family comes first. So even for me, I work hard, and all the time I can spend with my daughter is as valuable as anything else. So.
There you go, pal.
Yeah.
Hey, we got something for you here, man. We got you all covered. I don't know if you can read that. It says aloha. So,
I'm sure you don't do that too often.
Got you covered. Exactly. That's a one of one right there.
Awesome. So, mahalo. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Peyton.
Thanks, pal. Take care.
Thank you, Mike. All right, Peyton. So that's going to wrap up the meet and greet portion of the show. And now this is the time where we let the folks on social media have a turn asking some questions. So if you're watching, make sure you're following Fanatics on Instagram to keep an eye out for our stories where you can submit your best question to each of our guests and earn a chance, like right now, to have it featured live on air. So Peyton, we are going to start with a question from Key, and I think you're really going to like her.
Hi, Peyton. My name is Kiana, and I am from Boston, Massachusetts. I'm your absolute #1 fan. Yes, I did say Boston, but you're my GOAT, Brady. Who? And with that said, I also named my only son after you. Right, Peyton?
Yep. Hi.
And we are so looking forward to see you get inducted to the Hall of Fame this year. And with that said, what has been your favorite pastime since you've retired and why?
Well, first off, thank you very much for the nice message. Great to see Peyton there. It's a great name, and really appreciate the support. Probably since I've stopped playing, obviously involved with a lot of kids sports. Baseball, flag football, softball. But certainly enjoy playing golf, Key. It's a great game to get away. You can play with your family, play with friends, buddies, kind of maybe turn the cell phone off and just kind of have some fun. So I still enjoy playing when I get a chance, and it's still a good pastime for me.
I love that question. That was a good one. Okay, now we'll bring in Chris for his question on social media.
Hi, my name is Chris Abula. I'm a FanChats rewards holder from Salinas, California, and a lifelong Broncos and Peyton Manning fan. My son told me Omaha is the name of the stuffed giraffe you had as a child, and you still have it. I'd love to know if this is true.
Well, that is actually not true. Never had Never had a pet giraffe as a kid. Actually, there was a real giraffe in Knoxville at the zoo that they named after me. I wasn't sure how to take that. I assume it's because we had similar neck size. But Omaha kind of started once I got into the NFL. It was kind of a word we used when we were calling an audible. And so I've certainly been attached with the name Omaha, but it was kind of started really in Denver. It kind of meant we were changing the play. There was a few seconds on the clock. No real rhyme or reason for that word. It was just kind of a rhythmic 3-syllable word. But I will admit, as Kelsey alluded to, I'm a big deal in Omaha, Nebraska. I'm going to the Little League, to the College World Series in Omaha to see my Vols play. So Omaha is still a big part of my life.
2 thoughts from that. 1, super cool that you have a giraffe named after you. Not many people can say that. 2, I saw the video on social media that you did for Tennessee baseball and learned Omaha is 3 syllables when you say
3 syllables. Yeah. Rhythmic, 3 syllables, Omaha. It's kind of an indicator word, Kelsey, to tell your teammates, hey, get ready. We're going to plan B, and this ball's about to be snapped now. So it's a rhythmic 3-syllable Omaha.
Omaha.
That's it.
Perfect. Okay, so we are going to take a quick break to hear from today's sponsor.
Introducing the FanCash Rewards Credit Card by Fanatics. Earn 6% FanCash when you shop with your card on Fanatics.com with exclusive cardholder perks and 6-month special financing on purchases of $150 or more. Text now to apply or go to Fanatics.com.
So again, today's show is brought to you by the FanCash Rewards Card by Fanatics. So for more information on exclusive perks and benefits of being a cardholder, head on over to Fanatics.com or you can text fan events to 943-232. Apply now. Okay, Peyton, this is a fun part of the show. This is our rapid fire section. And the only rule is that you have to answer with the first thing that comes to mind. Okay.
All right. I'm ready.
Sweet. Okay. Dream golf foursome. Could be anyone.
My dad, my brother Cooper, brother Eli. Great time to be together playing golf. So that's my foursome.
You can make that happen any day. Something still on your bucket list.
I want to travel, probably want to go to Egypt at some point. You know, I enjoy history, and I love to go visit Egypt at some point.
Okay. Your favorite meal to cook?
It's not a very accurate question because that would be assuming that I could cook. So my favorite meal to eat, growing up in New Orleans is jambalaya, crawfish, shockingly seafood is kind of a couple of my favorite foods.
I'm a big crawfish girl. Your favorite current player to watch in the NFL?
I enjoy watching Pat Mahomes play. I'm sure that's a pretty common answer for a lot of people, but the way Patrick competes, the improvisational skills that he shows, he has a lot of fun out there. I think he loves the game. You can see that. He's fun to watch.
Okay. Your favorite pro team outside of football?
Favorite pro team outside of football? Big Memphis Grizzlies fan. My wife's from Memphis. She's a part of the Memphis Grizzlies ownership team. So pull hard for the Grizzlies. And then, of course, living here in Denver, still, pull for the Avalanche in hockey, pull for the Nuggets, pull for the Rockies. So those are some of my favorites outside of football.
Coors Field is one of the best ballparks in the league.
Cool place. All-Star game coming soon.
I'll be there, man. Okay.
Nice.
Biggest prankster, you or Eli?
Probably Eli. He's better at it. Eli's kind of quiet, you think, and he kind of think, oh, there's no way Eli would do anything to my phone, right? He's too kind of sweet and quiet. And I mean, he's like a silent assassin. He will turn your phone into a different language in like 7 seconds. You can't get it out because you don't speak that language. So I'm gonna go with Eli on that one.
Okay. And this year's Super Bowl prediction?
Tough question. I'm pulling hard for my Colts and my Broncos. Colts got Carson Wentz, exciting new opportunity for him. kind of his second chapter, reunited with Frank Reich. I think they're going to be a contender in the AFC, and pulling for the Broncos to get back on track, pulling for Drew Lock. Tampa, obviously, with Tom is going to be tough. We'll see how the Packers are going to be. Probably depends on who their starting quarterback is. And so I would think most of the usual suspects are going to be in play. Chiefs, Ravens, expect those teams to all be there in the final mix.
Well, we're ready for that season to get started. And Peyton, that's going to end today's show. So we want to thank our viewers. And Peyton, we know that your schedule is slam packed. We know that you have a lot going on. So we just really, really appreciate your time and appreciate the way that you were able to connect personally with those fans. We know that this is an experience that they will literally never forget, to be able to talk one-on-one with you. So we cannot thank you enough, and we can't thank the fans enough for dialing in. And Peyton, I'm going to give you any final words to your fans and viewers watching.
Sure. Thanks, Kelsey. Thanks for having me. I'll see you at the All-Star game. Thanks to all the fans. Football wouldn't be fun if you didn't have great fan support, and the interaction with fans at stadiums, off the field, anywhere. That's made my football experience so much more special. So really do appreciate all the support, and I wish everybody the best. Have a great summer.
Thank you so much again, Peyton. I hope you have a good rest of your day. See you in Denver.
Okay.
Bye-bye. All right, so we hope you guys had just as much fun watching as I had hosting. What a fun show, learning about one of the GOATs, the greatest of all time. So make sure you guys are following us on social media at Fanatics. You can get any updates, or you can visit fanatics.com/live to view any upcoming appearances and to watch all of our previous broadcasts. So as always, stay safe, have a great day, and we will see you guys soon.